So it's Thursday morning on day 67 and I think it's time for another little update. So I'm waking up, it's 6 a.m. It's actually still dark outside, I've got a big light right there. And I'm waking up ridiculously early all the time, still since coming back from London. I guess I'm like still on London time zone. Gets to like 9, 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, ugh, like literally can't stay awake anymore. So waking up early, which is not a bad thing. I'm kind of like digging this routine. I'll get up and have something to eat now and go for a run, get my day started. So first things first, I always go to the bathroom and then I'll get on the scales. 130.2 this morning, which is actually 0.2 up from yesterday. But I didn't really eat amazing yesterday. Not awful either, but I'm not unsurprised. And I only worked out once yesterday. So post my little morning weigh-in, I rehydrate. I try and drink about 8 of these in a day. This bottle is about 750 mils, just a little over. And so that's like 6 litres, which is like 1.5 gallons, I think. So yeah, key to losing weight, I think, is stay hydrated. I also have a magnesium and a fish oil supplement now as well. I used to have them at night all the time, but I found that I'd like go out or do something or just kept forgetting to take them. So now I just get up and take them in the morning, at least that way I'm consistent with it every day. I feel like that's more important than the time of day you take it. So this is my little pre-workout snack. I've got banana, pear, no, I'm too lazy to even take the seeds out. Bit of Greek yogurt and some high fiber cereal. Just having a bit of a stretch while I wait for my coffee to brew. Then I'll have that coffee and get out to the track. This morning we've got 800 sprints and 100 sprints. My least favorite. I hate it. Track session done. I really hate that session. It's my least favorite session of the week and it's like the hardest thing I have to do. Like boxing's way easier than that. I'd rather get punched in the face any day. But I'm really proud of myself actually because it sucks and I did it. And I hope one day that I'm gonna be like, yeah, I love sprints, easiest session of the week. But for now, no, not at all. But so what I do is I do 3 300-meter sprints. That takes me just over, 3 800-meter sprints. I can't even talk. My brain's like fuzz right now. That takes me just over 3 minutes for each one. I'm kind of slow. Then I have a 1-minute rest in between. So it's conditioning for my 3 3-minute rounds that I fight to be able to push for a whole 3 minutes. Fast feet, fast hands, as they say. So the faster I can keep my feet going, my legs going, pushing, the better endurance I'm going to have in my fight. Then I have like a 5-minute rest. And then I do, like this morning I did 6 100-meter sprints. So that's just to improve on my explosive speed and power. And then the rest in between those hundreds is just, I just walk back to the start line basically, like 100 meters until I sort of get my breath back. And yeah, that's probably one of the few things that I like really push myself of the whole week. So anyway, it's done for another week. It sucks, but it's done. So go me. Looking forward to breakfast and a bit of rehydration. So after all my workouts, I have this amino acid dissolvent drink thing. And that just helps me with my recovery. And getting my energy back, ready for my next session. And while it was dissolving, I had a quick shower. Ready for the next one so I don't stink out the boxing gym. So course number 1 for breakfast. I've got a bagel with cream cheese, chive flavored whipped cream cheese. Literally my favorite thing to eat of anything ever is bread and butter. So sometimes I would have butter on this. Usually the bread comes in a form of a bagel or an English muffin. It's my favorite. And yeah, just like butter or cream cheese. Ugh, amazing. But so just having this while I wait for my omelette to cook. Veggie omelette. I don't know if if you want the recipe for that, I've literally eaten this every day for like 4 or 5 years now, I don't even know. But the recipe I posted a few years ago on my blog, avrilmathie.com, so if you want that, go look for it. And while I'm waiting for my omelette to cool, I'm just roasting up some veggies, getting them ready to chuck in the oven, so that when I want something to eat later, I've got some healthy options, nice and fast. And this is my veggie omelette, or as my friend Chris calls it, my veggie scramble with just enough egg to hold it together. But it is probably my favorite meal of the day and best way to get in a whole heap of veggies at once. So good. There we go, veggies all done, and I put a little bit of Himalayan sea salt on those potatoes. They're gonna be so good later. So I'm fed, I'm hydrated, I've got food for later, and I've got about half an hour till I need to leave for the gym for my boxing session. So I'm back in bed, just resting. I got my feet up, bit of lymphatic drainage, and yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick little 20-minute lay down. Not really a nap, just more like relax my body and get ready to go hard for the next session. So this Miami weather's kind of crazy today. 1 minute it's like beautiful sunny morning, next minute it's pouring rain. And I usually try and walk to the gym every day, or not try, I do, if I don't ride a bike. But yeah, not the best today, so I thought I'd stop in at Whole Foods for a coffee. Sipping my decaf, waiting for the heavy rain to pass. I love coffee. I drink a lot of it actually. I always have a real one in the morning, but then the rest of the day, maybe I might have another real one at some point, but the rest of the day I try and drink decaf actually, because I'm really caffeine sensitive and it makes me a little bit in the head, which is not good when you're trying to like focus on boxing or work or whatever it may be. But it was funny when I was in London, coffee's so expensive there. And I'd go in and I'd be like, yeah, I'll have a decaf, thanks. And they look at me like, what the fuck is the point? Really though. But even the decaf, it has a little bit of caffeine in it still, and it still gives me a bit of a buzz, especially if I've already had a proper one in the morning. And it's like really good for you actually. I don't know if a lot of people know, but coffee, I read, has more antioxidants in it than a lot of like superfoods, like berries and avocados and all that. So yeah, go coffee. Love it. Rain's kind of easing a little bit, but whatever. The rain here in Miami is nice. It's not like London where you're freezing your ass off. It's nice. It's like outdoor air conditioning. Training done. And there's Muhammad Ali. Love this gym. It's been my home since I moved to Miami a year and a half ago. But today was just a technical training more than anything. I did a good warm-up, always now since Athens. That was probably one of the, well, I got a lot of really good things out of training in Athens at the Passeus gym, but them forcing me to do a really good warm-up, I really noticed a difference in my recovery and just like how I was able to push in every session. So I've kept that up. Good stretch session. Then I did 4 rounds of shadow boxing, just practicing like different techniques and things that I've learned, moving and yeah, just proper technique. And then we had a girl from New York who was training with my coach, who'd actually never punched a person before, so he threw her in the ring with me, and I got to be her live punching bag, so that was pretty fun for her. So then I just finished off with 3 more rounds of shadow boxing, but like fast and hard, and like really pushing myself and trying to implement everything that I just learnt throughout the whole session and practiced and whatever. So yeah, and then a nice stretch, cool down and rehydrate. I'm up to 5 water bottles down, 3 to go. So home from the gym and time to eat. First things first, sugar. Keep that energy up. Next up, I've got my green smoothie protein drink. Recipe from my good friend Chris Algieri, actually. That one's got spinach, frozen broccoli, my vanilla protein powder from 22 Days, almond milk, coconut water, and fresh ginger. So good. It's really cold. Course number 3, I've got 1.5 turkey burgers that I made the other day. Another recipe from my mate Chris Algieri. Thanks, buddy. So I'm now carb and protein replenished, the 2 important nutrients to consume after a heavy training session. For energy, which I had in the form of sugar, basically, coconut water and grapes, and then protein. I only had half a scoop of protein in my protein shake because I knew I was going to have those turkey burgers, which were amazing. And yeah, so that's enough to tie me over for now. Oh, there was also oats in those turkey burgers as well, so a bit of carb there. That was enough to tie me over for a minute while I have a shower, unpack my bag, get some errands and stuff done, and then I'll make a proper lunch in like half an hour. So shower and errands turned into shower and nap. I sat down in the bed and I was like, good night. So I guess I'll have to do my washing later. Because now I got to get up, eat. I'm training a client and then I have an event tonight. So, I think I might have said earlier that something else was my favourite meal, but I lied because this is actually it. So I've got sun-dried tomato hummus under there, egg, it's a little bit runny, Vegemite, that stuff, amazing, Aussies would know, and avocado. And then after I finish this one, I'm going to whack it together. I'm going to have another one with just butter and strawberry jam. So, on my way to an event tonight, it was a bit of a struggle to get out the door. It's always like it gets to like 6-7 o'clock. I got home from training my client and I was like, I'd really just rather like roll into bed right now. But I put some music on and I got myself out the door and it's gonna be a fun night. So here we go. So it's 20 past 10. I'm back home. Early night. Feels like freaking 2 in the morning. I'm so exhausted. But I did well. I just drank water and I didn't eat any of the canapes, even though the cheese looked amazing and so did the bread. My 2 favorite things, fuck. Yeah, I'm a little bit hungry, but not really. I think it's just like I'm tired, so I just like want to eat something, you know. So I think I'm just gonna like drink a little more water and go to bed. Oh, I got over 8 bottles of water today. I'm up to like 6.5 liters. I don't normally drink that much, but I guess I sweated a lot. But yeah, so that is my day. Might have a few sneaky dried apricots before bed. They're like my vice. I love them. They're like lollies for me. But anyway, got to get up at 6:30 tomorrow. Got track at 8, and I want to get in a meal and let the food settle before I get there. So, good night.